Hey guys, tabletop review today of this Y-Start JN02 knife. Now, this is a $17 knife that I purchased from GearBest. It wasn't sent to me. I decided to buy it. Why did I decide to buy it? Number one, it's $17. Number two, it's got a replica of the Benchmade access lock that I wanted to test. And also, it claims to be D2 steel. Now, D2 is quite a premium steel. It's been around a long time, so it's not very expensive, and it's very well known, very well tested, and also I have other knives to benchmark this too. So I figure, why not give this a try and see, is this a diamond in the rough, or is this just another Chinese piece of garbage? So off the bat, this thing did come to me with a very stiff opening mechanism, a little bit of lube, a little bit of break-in. This thing was actually good. So what this thing had is a very, no, it's not smooth, but it reminds me of the cold steel, like, I think it's that Grip X or whatever, handle material. It's like a rubberized material. Nice little bit of grip to it, contoured to the hand. You have a lanyard hole there. The pocket clip is interesting because what you have here is actually a spacer with a clip attached to it. So you actually have these two posts, and then the clip is on there. So it's actually a two-piece affair. It has enough tension. It's stiff enough. Haha, that's what she said. And works pretty good. You know, it's actually, it looks cheap. You know, it actually looks cheap, but it's actually a very, very strong clip. And I don't know if that's just through design or what. Has a dual thumb stud on there, and the pivot pin uses a, looks like a flathead there. Open pillar construction. All right, so let's pop this baby open. We're gonna have to zoom out a hair here. So, as I said, this thing snaps right open. You can see it snaps and closes. Very decent on the access lock here. Really smooth action. Now I'm behind a camera, but you can hear it really opens with authority. And when I'm not behind a camera, it actually snaps really well. So, a little bit of blade play here, guys. A little front to back, but not side to side. So there is a little front to back blade play on there. Knife came very sharp out of the box, just absolutely hair shaving sharp. So the only dings we have so far on this knife so far is the little bit of blade play, and of course that it came to me pretty stiff and rigid. It needed a pretty good cleaning and lubing in order to get this thing going. Pretty normal, natural drop point blade style. Nothing crazy to write about here. So what did I do for testing? Now, one of the things I've been secretly doing on this channel is actually doing some knife edge retention tests. And what I've been doing is cutting cardboard into 1 foot sections and making slices, and then adding that all up to determine how many linear feet of cardboard that a knife can cut before it loses specific traits. For example, the ability to shave hair, the ability to push cut paper, you know, and all that. I've been keeping track of all of that. Now, as my testing has gone, what I've learned is that D2 knives, and I actually have a couple at this point, typically will hold a hair shaving edge out to 70 or 80 linear feet of cutting cardboard, which is pretty impressive, seeing most of your knives actually only do about 30 or 40 feet from my testing. Now, of course, D2 is very difficult to sharpen, so after doing that, it took quite a while to bring it back to that level. Now, this knife here, how did this stack up? Well, believe it or not, I actually was able to get about 45 to 50 linear feet of cardboard before it lost the ability to shave hair. And then I was able to continue on, and I'm well out past 80, probably at like 100 linear feet at this point, and it still cuts paper. So this thing lost that very good fine edge that allows you to shave hair, but it still has a very good working edge on it, and which does remind me of D2. So based on my testing and what I think, I would say this is probably D2, just not heat treated as well as some of the other American knife makers would do. Just based on how it holds the edge, you know, everything about it, I do think it's genuine D2. It doesn't perform anything like the 8CR13 knives that I've tested. 8CR13 will typically tend to only do about 30 to 40 linear feet, and then it just craps out. I mean, the edge goes quick on it. Once you hit that point, you know, it loses hair, and then after that, maybe you got like 4 more linear feet of cardboard, and bam, it's pretty much dull. So this is the profile I'm seeing here reminds me of the higher end steels. So it does. It has that, loses that initial sharpness, but then keeps that good working edge for a really, really long time. So just to kind of show you here, and we're talking, at this point we've cut 80, 100 feet of cardboard. This is just a flap I ripped off here. This thing still cuts cardboard very well. It may not shave hair. Make sure I'm even on camera. Now this cardboard's all mushy. It's been in the garage here. It's a little damp. So you can see, even after a lot of this, and a lot of this is my fault, guys. You can see, still cutting cardboard very well. So I don't know if I have any paper around here. I do. Look at this. It's Target. Let's see how we are with paper. And this is a great test, guys, because this is actually kind of damp paper. You can see that didn't. Now you can see it actually still cuts paper. So the capabilities of the steel are actually quite good. I've lost that ability to shave hair. I pulled a couple, but the performance on this is actually very nice. For a $16 knife, I'd say this is probably the best knife I've tested in a budget range, to be honest. I've done quite a bit of testing with Sandrun Muse, the Spyderco Tenacious, all of them, and this performed all of them. The Spyderco Tenacious only got about 40 linear feet before it lost the ability to lose hair, and then at 50 linear feet, it wouldn't cut paper. This thing here, we're still out there quite a ways. You can see the edges we're cutting here, still nice and smooth, and this is fairly thick, corrugated cardboard here. This is no joke. So for the money, this thing, guys, I would highly, highly recommend this knife. Not only is it a reasonably smooth, knife here that fits well in the pocket, and it's fairly comfortable. I didn't get any hot spots out of it, which is nice. But $17, I think you're getting a slightly better knife than the ganzos even. You get the I've tested budget Kershaws, I've tested the budget CRKTs, all in that 8CR13 MOV, and this beats that performance. So at 17, I mean, I buy this all day. Resharpening, it's not like trying to resharpen my Ontario Rat in D2 or my real steel knives in D2, but it does. It takes a while. You're not going to resharpen this in 2 minutes. This isn't something you're just going to slap a little bit of a stone on and it's going to be good as new. You're going to have to take some time, some effort. It's going to take quite a while to strop this to bring it back to that absolute razor edge that it had to begin with. So overall, guys, I'd say, this is damp, wet cardboard that's been in my garage, guys. And still, nice, smooth cuts. Very nice. Very happy for the money. I would definitely buy this again.